Guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my April wrap-up, in which I only read 5 books, but this month seems to be, for most people, either on one spectrum of I can read all the books this month, or the other end of the spectrum, which is I will read nothing this month. But considering the circumstances, I don't think that really matters here. The 5 books I read were A Murderous Relation, The Dark Day's Deceit, Fallen Heir and Cracked Kingdom, and then the graphic novel Shades of Magic, The Knight of Knives. The first book I finished this month was A Murderous Relation by Deanna Raybourn, which I ended up giving 5 stars. That one I did as part of my series wrap-up or series review video, which I will stick up in the corner. And I felt that A Murderous Relation was a really good end to an excellent series. It wraps up a lot of plot threads and familial threads and things of that nature really, really well, and my shipper heart was very, very happy at the end of this book. So I really enjoyed this series. Again, I'll leave a link to that video up in the corner. The second book I finished this month was Dark Day's Deceit by Alison Goodman, which I gave 4 stars. Again, that is also part of a series review, which I will also leave a link to. This book was really good up until the last 25 to 50 pages. Then we get this big twist that really disappointed me so much, and she wraps up the remaining loose ends, but for me it wasn't satisfactory. It was very much just like, oh, I need to clean this up. Okay, here you go. The end. This reminded me a lot of Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, in which the massive climactic battle that we've been building up to for 3 books lasts about a page and a half. And granted, I was not a huge fan of that series anyway, but it was really, really just fucking disappointing. The next 2 books I read were Fallen Heir and Cracked Kingdom by Aaron Watts, which I gave both of those books 3 stars. I also did a series review for The Royals, which I will leave a link for that as well. I call this a potato chip series. Like, it's not really good for you, but you can't help, but you can't have just one. None of the characters are particularly likable, but there are a lot of ridiculous and outrageous plot twists that absolutely would not happen in real life. And that's why you just keep reading them, is because you're like, well, what ridiculous, outrageous twist is she going to throw at us this time? I will say, since I forgot to do it in my series review, if you have real kind of ickiness with, sibling relationships, granted, they are not actually siblings, not related by blood in any shape or form, but I just want to warn you that the first 3 books are about kind of adopted siblings that really want to get together, and it's just doesn't bother me too much, but looking back on it, it's like, maybe no bueno. And then the last book I read this month was the Shades of Magic graphic novel, The Knight of Knives, which is volume 2 in the series by V.E. Schwab, which I ended up giving 4 stars. It gives us more interesting information and background on Maxim Moresh, who will be Rai's father, who is the prince in the Shades of Magic book series. He does that thing in this book where he wants his soldiers to see him as an equal, and everyone continues to tell him, no, you're a prince, they won't ever see you as an equal, unless one of his soldiers gives him the suggestion, unless you participate in the Knight of Knives, which is this tournament that's highly dangerous and deadly and what have you. And so he goes in and comes out victorious. It's all wonderful and great, except he doesn't embody this quality later on in the book series. So I'm like, why make this big pronouncement? And I understand, like, he's young in this series, and as an old, as a king, you don't have as much leeway as you did as a prince, but still, I don't care for this character device, and I haven't liked it in any story, and so I won't like it in this one. So there you have it. That is my April wrap-up. Like I said, I did some series reviews for 3 of these books, so I hope you check those out, and you can make your own decisions, because that's what that's there for. It's just to give you information as to whether or not you want to go and read these books, and I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.